Welcome to your team project in ABED 3100. I'm going to explain to you briefly just the overview and expectations of this project. This is a fairly new project, so it's relevant and interesting, and hopefully you'll have a really good time with it. You will be working as a team, but the deliverables for this project will actually be done independently. So you won't have to worry about the writing skills of others and on your team. You'll be primarily dealing with your team members in order to collaborate, get ideas, as well as to coordinate a consistent theme and a consistent image for the consulting company that you and your team members will be creating. So the directions are posted on CourseDen. Please make sure that you read through them. It has the overview. It goes through some of the important things that you should be aware of. It has several different steps. As you already know, there's discussion boards. There are required team meetings. This will move forward as the semester carries on. This team project really won't kick into full gear until week 10. Right now, you and your team members are doing the preliminary work, just getting your heads wrapped around what the team project is so that when week 10 comes up, you will be ready to go and you'll be able to tackle it with a lot of ease and confidence. So as you move forward, you can see from the directions these different steps and some of the different things that you're going to be doing. Now, the one thing that is important to be aware of is that the chapters in our textbook are actually going to help you each step of the way. So when we're dealing with writing reports, and in this case, you're going to be putting together a formal outline, you'll be considering the information from the textbook and how you're going to be applying it to this project or this formal outline. When we're talking about presentations in the textbook or our e-text, you'll be considering the presentation that you're going to be putting together, a professional presentation that you and your team members can be proud of. So on that note, let me just quickly show you what the team presentation looks like. In order to do your presentation, you're going to be creating a PowerPoint presentation. And this PowerPoint presentation is going to be professionally done. Everybody on your team needs to have the exact same format, so it's branded the same. This example that I'm showing you right now, the company, they call themselves Rest Assured Consulting Group. And in this particular instance, the student selected Longhorn as the restaurant that he is reviewing and making recommendations for. Notice that on this slide, you have this student image. This student image isn't actually an image, it's a video recording. So you're going to be recording on each of your videos. You can see. So you can see he's dressed professionally. He's catching the audience's attention. From there, it moves to another slide where he also grasps the audience's attention. So from that, what you just heard, you can hear that he's really grasping his audience's attention. He's giving statistics. He's really letting the audience, who will be the restaurant owner or management team, know what they can do or how their online reviews really affect how people perceive their business. From there, he moves on to the going into the company, the consulting company called Rest Assured, and how Rest Assured is the consulting group to hire in order to get recommendations, in order to improve their image, and to ensure customer satisfaction. As you'll see from these slides, you'll notice that each of the images are consistent. Images such as photographs or clip art, they look clear and concise. This person gave their background, and you'll have to do this as well, your self-introduction. You're going to need to make sure that you are as credible as possible, going off of the concepts that you learned in Chapter 1. So this presentation itself has approximately 20 slides, 19 actually to be exact. At the end, each team will be giving away to the restaurant owner a virtual takeaway item that has the contact information of their company, the email address, the website, the phone number. And in this case, this company picked a headrest because their company is called Rest Assured. So, and then it gives all the information about how to get in touch with the company. So that's one good example of what you'll be doing and how you'll be putting it together. Here is another great example of a presentation. Again, it's created on PowerPoint with video recordings. Now, in order to do that, there's something called this recording tab. So when you do your slides, and this is important, unfortunately for Mac users, you don't have this function, but for PC users, you do. You would record your slide using this button here. Right now, I'm recording this presentation using this button here. I will end up exporting it to video so everyone will see it, but this is how you're going to be creating your presentations. If you have a Mac or you have trouble with this recording tab on a PC, you can go into Insert, then you can go to this video under Media and insert a video that you create separately, whether it be on iMovie or through a different recording device. But getting back to the presentation itself, this student did hers a little differently. She has a slide here, and this is her introduction. It's a full slide where she really lets the audience know some points, some things to lure them into the presentation. You can see here that she also used statistics. She was very expressive, very persuasive, and those are the things that you're going to be graded on. Being persuasive, making sure you get your points across, being a good communicator. From there, she talks about the importance of the review crew, her company. Every person on the team will have the same introduction slide and the same theme for all of the slides. And then at the very end, this individual team, not this individual, but the team itself, because this is something the team will collaborate on, is they'll have a takeaway item that has their information on it. They have a t-shirt that says rescued by the review crew. And they also provided their business card with their email address, their website, their phone number, so that after your presentation is over, the audience, or in this case, the restaurant manager, has a way to get in touch with the team. And that's really important. Those are some of the things that you'll be learning about when you go into Chapter 14 and Chapter 15. So the final thing I want to quickly show you, just so that you have the expectations aligned to the directions that you'll find on Course 10, is once the team hands in their formal outlines as well as their PowerPoint presentations with the individual slide recordings, which a slide recording needs to be on each slide where you have a video, and or audio in order to explain what you're going to be talking about. They'll be uploaded to YouTube. There will be no identifying information other than the company name, the consultant number on each team, and in our case, there's approximately 6 to 7 consultants on each team or each company, consulting company. All of the introductory slides are the same. All of the themes within each of these presentations is the same. So you're branding your consulting company. So each consultant will look like they work for the same company and not something different from the other individuals. You can see the interesting names that the different teams came up with, like Innovative Consult Tastings, Elegant Eats, Hungry Wolves, Review Crew, and Rest Assured. Within these videos, you'll see briefly how it comes together. So I know you saw that before, but these slides then get pulled together in order to create a video. From there, everybody in the class at the end will be watching certain videos and you'll be making comments on YouTube as if you are a restaurant owner. So that's kind of interesting as well. Here's another example from the Rest Assured. So as you go through, you'll see that the focus of each slide is actually the student speaking or the business consultant speaking, and that's important that you focus on those areas. And then again, students will be acting as business owners, giving comments, positive feedback as part of the participation grade. So when you think about this project and what you're going to be doing, and this week you're going to be looking at your consulting company, trying to figure out a name, try to figure out a slogan. This can always be changed. Again, nothing is going to happen or go into full swing until week 10, but we want you to make sure that you get your head wrapped around it, start thinking about it, start thinking about a memorable takeaway that you can leave your audience that ties into your theme of being a restaurant owner or a restaurant consulting group. Also, think about what kind of restaurants you and your team are going to be representing. Maybe one person on the team takes an ethnic food restaurant and does a review on that. Or maybe your specialty is different restaurants that are considered high end or steakhouse or family style. Whatever it is, you are going to be taking a look at different companies, different restaurants, looking at their reviews. Again, this happens in week 10, and coming up with recommendations in a persuasive and well-documented manner using both PowerPoint as well as writing a formal outline. And that's the last thing that I wanted to briefly mention is a formal outline. A formal outline for this project is going to be something that you need to be detailed on. There's a template that you'll be using. This is worth 150 points, so it's important that you actually write in proper English using full sentences, using correct grammar and punctuation and spelling. This is going to enable us, your professors, to be able to analyze your writing abilities. And instead of writing a report, you're going to be writing this individual formal outline. Now, this formal outline is not meant to be a script. It's more so meant to give the details as to why and how and what you're going to be speaking about. So it's not as if you're going to go to your presentation and then try to write a script after the fact. This would be something that you're going to be doing on your own, following these prompts, and then once you finish, you would erase these prompts, so that all the information is included. So that will be the written part of your presentation. And when you're looking at the actual amount of time for the individual outline, and here's an example here, it turns out to be single spaced about 4 pages. And if you double space it, obviously a little bit longer, but it would have all of the details. So you can see how this is, and you'll have an example on Courseden when the time comes. But this is something that you won't be working on until really November. But just again, to put it out there so that you are aware of what the expectations are and that you feel confident going into this team project. Okay. If you have any questions, please make sure to get in touch with your professor. And we look forward to working with you and improving your communication skills, both in writing and orally presenting.